Hi everyone, Katie Montana here, and today it's going to be another video about Garret Anderson, of course, and it's about the Total Plush Elimination challenges so far. This is the first part, of course, so a part 2 will be coming soon once Garret Anderson uploads more videos, and again, we don't want to wait for another year, of course. So, time to get started, of course. So, starting off with the first episode titled Welcome to Stuff and Fluff Island, and this one started off in the challenge with their first challenge, of course, that has all 20 contestants, and this challenge is the jump off a cliff into a box, and the way how they do it is that one of the contestants have to jump off a cliff and go right into a box to win a point. If they miss the box, they didn't get a point. So we know that the team that won this challenge was the Star Strikers, and the Speed Demons went up for elimination, of course. And next up is episode 2, where half the contestants gone. And this one is a game of hide and seek. And the way how this challenge goes is that Bruiser counts down until 30 minutes hit, until the Star Strikers and the Speed Demons have to find a hiding spot. If all contestants of that one team is found, they go for elimination, of course. So yeah, they all hide in different spots and try their best, but they were found, of course. So the team that won on this one was the Speed Demons, and the Star Strikers went for elimination. And speaking of elimination, I'll actually talk about that in another video, of course. Now, for the third episode, Pick Your Poison, the way how this challenge goes is that they actually picked a skittle, of course. 5 different colors, of course. And they contain different poisons. One is poison, which means that's something to do about their stomach. The second one is being paralyzed, which means can't move. The orange is sleep, red is fire, and purple is freezing up. So, when they actually picked one, they started to get that poison, and they started to feel it, of course. And if they couldn't take it, they just ran. They just ran out of the spot in the mess hall, of course. And some that were asleep, they had to be taken, of course. And also frozen, too. So Kirby won for the Star Strikers, of course, because he was on breathing fire, and the Speed Demons went up for elimination, of course. And then episode 4 is the total trivia test, which they have to do is answer a question, and of course, and if they get the answer right, they're safe. But if they get it wrong, they're out, of course. And this is the part where Shrek and Sully have a fight. Quite hilarious, of course. Yeah, but the one who won the team, so Timon and Pac-Man were the last ones, but when Timon got the last question wrong, which is what is the meaning of life, Pac-Man won for the team, of course. Man, he was lucky. And that's when the Speed Demons went up for elimination, and that's when they found out that Timon cheated, which I'll get to soon on the elimination part, of course. And as for episode 5, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, for this challenge, all they had to do is go through the spot in the cave to get to the end, of course, but they have to watch. There are these obstacles that actually can be really useful to get there fast, and others that can wake Champ. He's the guy in his heavy sleeper, of course, but one sound would wake him up, and he would just eat the contestants, and they just end up back in the start again, of course. And this is the episode where all when the spies happen, of course. Which is, yeah, that's when the spy thing happened, of course, which I actually mentioned in the last video. Some spy activity, of course. So the ones who won this challenge was the Speed Demons, because Vincent caused his team to win, of course, because of the treasure room, of course. And as for episode 6, precious metal pinchers. In this challenge, there are treasures in 2 different paths: the heaven path and the heck path. Yeah, they didn't even mention that word because it would be bad and they would get demonetized. So the Star Strikers went for the heaven path, and the Speed Demons went to the dark one, of course. And the Bruiser mentioned said that each treasure that contains the winner and the other contains elimination. So the treasure that the Star Strikers got was coal, but it wasn't any coal. It was exploding coal, of course, which is this. See that? That's the exploding coal they got. But the Speed Demons won because the treasure had a lot of everything. And that's when the Star Strikers were up for elimination, of course. And the blame was on Kermit and even Poe, of course. And after 3 months, we got to the 7th episode, Stick, Stick, Boom. And on this challenge, the contestants are actually outside and they have to pick up sticks. But there's some that are explosives. So when they pick up one, it'll start to light a fuse and then it'll go boom. And yeah. So when one of them gets hit, they're out, of course. But the Star Strikers won, courtesy of Kirby and Mario, of course. And that's when the Speed Demons were up for elimination, yet again, of course. And that's when they thought that Eeyore betrayed the team, but again, there was a paw print on the list, of course. Note, of course. And now, finally, last but not least, Episode 8, Crappy Bird. Crappy Bird. Anyway, so yeah, so we waited almost a year for this episode to come. And the way how this challenge goes is that one of the contestants has to avoid being pooped on by a bunch of birds, of course. If they get hit, they're out. Of course, and it was good until that's when Freddy got hit by water from one of the spies, which is Sly, the fox who appeared in episode 5, of course. And that's why Bruiser decided to end the challenge early, because after what happened. So the Star Strikers wins immunity, because ever since when Freddy got hurt and he decided that he shouldn't continue on, so he decides to be eliminated, of course, which is pretty sad. But after the Star Strikers won, the Speed Demons were up for elimination again, and they couldn't vote. So that's when SpongeBob decided that he wants to leave because, you know, the drama and everything, of course. And yeah, so that's about it then. Those are all the challenges of Total Plush Elimination so far, of course. So I believe the next one I'll talk about is the elimination order, of course. But I just don't know how to use like one of the videos from their channels and stuff, and I just don't know how to use them. But if any of you know how, please let me know, and please, to any of you YouTubers out there who have videos like Luigi Fan, Quad 1, and the rest, I want to say if it's okay if I can use one of the scenes of your video so I can do like an elimination order thing and everything. Thank you. And also, Garret Anderson, again, if you're hearing this, please, we don't want to wait another year for episode 9. We just don't want to. Please premiere the videos so that way it will be a lot easier and faster so we can be able to see them. Thank you, Garret Anderson. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send some comments, and hit the bell button for brand new videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone.